This is the Doctor bringing you another game of Slipways. I've been playing this game a lot. Exclusively, I would say, for the past week or so. I've been practicing on tough difficulty. As the tooltip tells you, it is for experienced players who enjoy thinking through every single move. And that is absolutely true. There were a lot of runs that I tried where I just got stuck. You can't like really lose the game, but you can get to a point where you can't really do anything, and that's what happened to me many times until I think I finally figured out how to consistently succeed on this difficulty. So let's give it a go. I'm still learning a lot, but let's try it. Inhospitable. So quirks are traits that change the way a game plays, like a sector. So this one, Inhospitable, is there are no Earth-like planets, which is pretty bad because Earth-like planets are great. But let's try it. Let's try on this with this quirk on tough difficulty. All right. So the last time I just hit the random button and went with the choices, but on tough, I don't think you can actually do that. At least not if you want to succeed, like be consistent in the game and not get stuck. So on this screen, you can pick your 3 races and 2 perks. So there are a total of 5 choices you can make, right? And it is not easy to make these 5 choices. This is why I love this game. This screen is where your game actually begins. And unlike in every other game I personally played, except maybe board games, at least computer games, it's just like what playstyle you want. You want to like the Dender, you want to, what are they? Life adaptation, well-being. You want to be life focused, or the Aphorians are trade focused, and the Vattori are research focused? Like, what do you want? Here, it is not that simple. These choices really matter. If you don't make the right choices, you can just get stuck. So the way I think about it is, I look through the perks, or the text and the perks, to try to figure out what I want. Here are the Aphorians, and what you really need on tough is you need some sort of economic boost early game, and you need flexibility. So let's just take the Aphorians right now. They have, at least in this seed, the well-prepared perk, which is great. $60 at the start of the scenario is super strong. It's probably one of the best perks you can have. You just like $60 immediately is just good. There are perks that can make you more money in the long run, but by mid and late game, you should have other ways of making money. Not only that, they have a tech geo-harvesting that lets you harvest a planet. So it turns a random planet into $30 and you destroy the planet. Destroying a planet is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you have planets you can't do anything with, and sometimes destroying the planet can let you build a new slipway that it was blocking. Like, this not only makes you good money, $30 is a lot for a single action, and it can potentially free up space for you to build more slipways. This perk alone can carry you to the late game, or this tech rather. So that's crazy strong. What else we got? The Dender, they're another economy focused. Weather control, that could be good. Hydroponics, arid and desert plants. So their perks aren't necessarily that great, but they've got some nice flexibility perks, right? You can turn asteroids into people, potentially. Weather control, hydroponic. Like, these are they're very different than the Aphorian techs. The Aphorians also have this sleep replacement. This is a late game economy tech. If you pick this, you basically get unlimited money for the last couple years of the game, which is also really strong. So plasma containment, fusion power plants are great. So the Dender are certainly an option because their techs are very different and offers more flexibility, right? This weather manipulation, I've had good success with this. you can make use of all these plants that you normally can't use. But it's kind of a mid-game tech. Alright, I'm gonna look through all my options here. Alright, I think I've decided on at least 2 of the races. Geo-harvesting is really good. And I can pick scholars to make sure I get to geo-harvesting as soon as possible. Once you get that, you've more or less unlocked the ability to sustain yourself for the early and mid-game. Possibly into the late game as well, economically. So, I think, and we'll take well prepared to make sure we can get to geo-harvesting. A little extra money early on will carry us through. We're going to need to build a lab pretty quickly. The Vattori also, if we can find a forebearer runes, there's a good chance we can get +6 science from a goodie hut. And this quantum sensors allow us to scan more. This is a great tech early on. I'm going to pick that up right away. So our probes are even better. We're more efficient. And it synergizes with geo-harvesting, right? Like, we'll find some planets and we'll blow them up for money. So then, what do we do for the last race? I've been looking through all of them. The Slipways are more manufacturing based. I was just looking through their texts. They're all texts that, for the most part, spend money to produce goods, which can be good, but the Vattori are kind of like that. They're purely technological. I already have a lot of stuff. You can see from all the text, right? They just enable things that I can use to spend money on. You don't want 2 races necessarily that you can spend money on to build, but it's not necessarily wrong. Like, you might, like, maybe instead of enlightenment, I might need integrated manufacturing, or I might need nano fabrication in the right places. So, like, I will admit the Slipways add a lot of flexibility in terms of getting our planets to successful and prosperous. This race will unlock a lot of potential build options, but I'm just worried about the economy. As good as geo-harvesting is, I'm not sure this would be good enough for me to get to the late game. The Dender are another interesting choice. Hydroponics is nice, lets us use some planets early on. Asteroid dwellings, I don't know, I've never really used this before, but it might have some potential. We might not need to blow up a lot of asteroids for their money. Weather control, I've had great success with this tech. This Genesis cells, I haven't been able to figure out how to use it well. Produces extra biomass and water, but maybe I'm just using it wrong. The problem with the Dender on this particular run is, first of all, there's no culture. That's their unique thing. I would love if they had a couple culture techs. I'd probably pick them, but they had literally 0 culture techs on this map, which is a bit of a problem. Also, Ascension is a late game like happiness tech. Time dilation increases the number of months each year by 1. Is also a late game happiness tech. Like, they both let you do more stuff, right? Or get more happiness. Time dilation indirectly does that, right? Like, having more turns lets you do stuff, and having more turns means we need more money to fuel it, right? So, and this tech, time dilation, isn't showing on this interface, but there's a tech you can research after that that increases this effect even more. So the Dender seems bad because they're anti-synergistic, and there's only potentially 3 techs that I think have any potential. Weather control, asteroid dwelling, hydroponics. Not even clear I'll be able to research some of these. Like, I know I want quantum sensors and geo-harvesting. If I do those 2 right off the bat, it locks me out of hydroponics. Like, seems kind of iffy. The Bakar are also a potentially good choice. They have mineralize, I've found to just mineral seeding is just very useful in general. Being able to convert these useless planets into, including lava planets, into mineral planets is very nice. It's relatively cheap, 1 month, 15 credits. Deep drilling seems kind of useless, although it's very cheap, but we're not going to go for that this run. Dimensional anchoring reduces cost of building slipways by 25%. That is a lot. Slipways are really expensive. Like, that's where most of your money goes, building slipways. This is huge. This economy tech, like, if I take geoharvesting and then this, I basically shouldn't have any money problems the entire game. And this is a relatively cheap tech. It has an immediate effect, right? Rudder control requires me to actually have planets. Like, this is an unconditionally good tech. Then this thing, drill bots, it's very cheap. It's only 24 compared to, look at that. Matter transposition, 36. Plasma containment, 34. So it's very cheap and lets me build mine minerals, again, on useless planets with robots. Potentially very good as well. There's some late game text. This everlasting monolith might have some potential, depending on how things go. We get a lot of good mineral planets. I might do that instead of time dilation. Like, these two add flexibility, right? You could argue in a way that Dender, the Ascension Gate, and the time dilation are complementary. Like, they can be anti-synergistic, but they also give you more options. But I feel like the Bakar has more useful early game stuff, and who knows, maybe replicating nanites is the way to go. I feel like it's between the Bakar or the Slipways. I'm just worried about the economy with the Slipways. They don't have any of the economy stuff in this run, and I'm very worried about that. So, and the Bakar. So what's the weakness with this lineup? I have this plasma containment, which works as energy, which is fulfilled any need. So this is my only sort of flexible tech. Everything else, I can use a decent number of planets, the mineralize and the drill bots, but early game, if I find like a desert planet or an ice planet, I can't do anything with it. We can harvest it. That's about it. Slipways would allow me to potentially use ice planets. Industrialize, again, that's basically allow you to use any planets, which is quite solid. But again, I'm worried about how expensive everything is, and like, all of these things are nice, but if you can't afford the if you can't actually afford to use the abilities, what's the point, right? Like, so this is just fascinating. I've never played at least a single-player computer strategy game where these choices matter. This choice between the Bakar and Slipways, it's not like how you want to play, at least on tough difficulty. It's which one is actually going to be successful. And I'm not super sure which one's right. This is why I love this game so much. The obvious choice is not clear. I feel like the Slipways, oh, they're Slipways. I've been calling them wrong. They're more of a high roll if we can sustain ourselves with this money early on. Slipways are probably better in terms of flexibility, but the Bakar will guarantee us economic success. So I feel like we want the guarantee of economic success. So, alright, enough talk. Let's get to it. So our strategy early game is going to be to get to geoharvesting as soon as possible. But it's still worth it to pick up quantum sensors, because look at how much we can explore. Also, I learned there's a setting called stable probes. Checking the box makes it so the probe radius doesn't like expand and contract, it's just the same. I feel like in this type of game, there's no need to have the XCOM pixel hunting for grenade type business. Like, let's just not have that unstable probe thing, and there's very little pixel hunting in this game. There's a little bit, but it's not like the random pixel hunting. At least that's how it feels to me. Geoharvesting, and then we'll decide what to do from there. May not even pick up mineral seeding depending on how things go. Alright, so what's our overall plan? We have $160. We have some science. I want, and remember there are no Earth-like planets, which is tough. I want to be able to set up a lab as soon as possible. Once we get to geoharvesting, we should be solid on the economic front. So that's our strategy. All right, we want to explore the strong signals as soon as possible. There's a lot of strong signals on the right, somewhat fewer on the left, or right side or the east side of the map, however you want to call it. So why don't we, so we can hit these, and then we can hit these bunch. That's 5 strong signals. That's very good. Well, problem is, can't actually use this planet. Can't do anything with deserts. Can't do anything with lava, at least not right now. A lot of mineral planets. Remnant planet, that could produce... So this remnant planet is the way we make food. That seems pretty important. So we want to do something over here. You can use the undo button to figure out, like I'm just gonna build a colony here. You can use this to figure out where you can connect to plan your next move. Okay. Out of range, out of range. Can't connect there. Good to know. So on the left, we can connect to... I mean, these signals are probably not even real. Connect to like 3 things on the right. Out of range. Ugh. Connect to 3 things. Well, this is not great. Alright, so I'm gonna undo that move. I feel like the right side is still better. So what can we hit? Well, I don't care about that planet all the way back there. This seems good, and then we can do this spot. Or, ooh, wow, what was that? Okay, can't get both of those, but... Well, we have to hit these down here, so I think it's gotta be like this. Okay, an ocean planet. That's a really good sign. Ocean planets. Alright, I figured out a loop of planets we could do. This would work, but I don't know if this is the best move. You can, by the way, right-click on a colony to sort of be in preview mode, and the game will draw out what the loop would look like. And this is this would sustain itself. I'm just not convinced it's the best loop. We have all these planets here. Let's see. Maybe some more information will help us. Well, I kind of really want to see those 2 signals, though. If I do that, the reason is those 2 might actually matter. Hold on, let me just preview a little bit. There, can't go there. Yeah, but I can definitely, well, those might not be any. I could, if I settle here, launch a big probe. Can't even really reach those. There's only one thing out here that would matter. So, if I do these, I could probably pick up the rest of these signals later. So, even though this would scout like 7, I think it's better to take these 5 because I need to know what's next to this Arctic planet. So there's actually more strategy to this scouting than just like picking the most planets. Ah, forebear rune. That is very useful information. Okay. Okay, I have the plan, as you can see here, and it's actually a little better than that. I can make a mineral planet here. Once I do that, though, the game's drawing too many lines. I don't even know why it's drawing this line to that, because... Oh, it's trying to draw it to this planet making the robots. Okay, but that's not how it's going to go. We're going to set up this loop first, then I'm going to colonize this. Then I should have 1 spare person here, 1 spare person here, 2 minerals. We can set up a lab that researches 4 a turn. We can also reach this 4-bearer runes. All of these things mean we should be able to unlock geo-harvesting super quick. We may not even pick that right away. Like, with that much science early on, I might do something else. I'm not sure yet, but we'll have the flexibility to do what we want. So this setup is super strong for early game. What I was trying to do is figure out whether there's any way to do better, and I don't think so. Because on tough difficulty, money matters a great deal. This would ensure we basically have money for the rest of the game. However, there are weaknesses with this plan. Number one, I can't figure out how to get this planet to successful. And this planet will never get to successful. This planet is the one that really sucks if we can't get to successful, because getting you to successful means we can have some extra connections that makes it easier to get these two people planets to prosperous. But we need to give it water, and I don't see where the water is coming from. Like, our plan is to build a lab right around here. If we build a lab here, we basically block that planet off forever. So we're trading the early game, like, we might do something like this, for instance, but, I suppose we don't have to make that decision, right? Maybe if we do something like this, we can still get the benefits. We won't have that person there, but maybe there's a planet here that can ship in some water. That could be our solution. That would make you prosperous. It's certainly worth a try. We might as well see what sort of plans out here first. No matter what, I think this is the correct loop. So we have to start setting this loop up, and then we'll decide what to do with the lab. Like, if there's no water here, this way we'll maximize our science income. We'll get 4, and the potential to get more. So we don't have to decide the lab, but I know for a fact we can get at least a 3 science lab and maybe a 4 science lab with the potential to grow pretty quickly, and that is strong. Plus we got a whole bunch of two-way trades. A lot of planets are close together. Planets that are close together are really good because the cost for Slipways is even less. We got the 4-bearer runes out here, which is fantastic. So let us begin the building. I feel like setting up the two-way trade initially is the way to go here. Two-way trades are just good. Next, we want this. Alright, we have our new tasks. Let's see what the tasks are. 1 ocean planet to successful, 1 remnant to successful, increase mineral production. Well, we're definitely increasing mineral production, so that's easy. Ocean planet to successful, or remnant. This is what I was talking about. You can't undo once you see the task, because that's more information, right? So, ocean planet to successful means we need a source of goods for this planet. I don't know. Remnant planet to successful means we need a source of water for this. We were going to try to figure that out anyway, right? So, why don't we... Let's see. We were always going to do this, no matter what. This is going to happen. Oh, wait. What am I doing? The minerals. But I don't want to actually build minerals yet, because then it wouldn't count towards the task. So, let's, I want to do this to try to figure out where you can, no, okay, you can't connect there. Can't connect there. Oh, wow, you can't connect anywhere. Okay, well, I think that plan is, well, this planet could be something. Out of range, huh? Well, we were going to explore this anyway. We might as well take a look real quick. So now the consideration is biomass here. What can we do with this? Out of range, out of range. Out of range, huh? You can't connect up there, right? That's not bad. Or that's pretty good. It would also get us 3 strong signals, and we might be able to do something with those. Whereas if we did this... Wow, this would get us all the strong signals over there. This would get us the planets that matter. Can I connect here? Yeah. Do I want to explore like this? Or like this? No. This would hit 4 strong signals. I feel like this is a little too good though. Then we could do something else up there. Okay, so now we know for a fact that there is no chance to get water to this planet. Like it literally, all right, there's nothing it can possibly do to get water. Well, down there, but I'm not gonna make that into water. So the choice is like, we have no choice now. We could, that's not true. This planet, we would need to export 2 robots somehow. So like, this would ship water back. The problem is just where else do we ship the robots to? I'm a little worried about the ocean planet thing because we need goods and I don't know where we're gonna get the goods from. Right, it has to be an ocean planet. Well, this planet, let's say we were to build robots here. Where can you connect to? You got some options. You got some options. We just need to ship the robots out somewhere, right? Shipped one of the robots here for a 2-way trade. Well, hold on. You're gonna do there. Okay, I want to see if there's any chance of getting this remnant planet to successful. We need to be able to ship off a robot somehow. So I'm gonna explore like this because these are all the planets that the remnant planet, or all the signals that the remnant planet can even reach. Okay, I can ship off a robot there. That's something. I don't know what I would do with that food. Well, what if I didn't make robots there? What if I made microchips? Well... Desert. Can't do anything with desert. Mineralize. Okay, I'm gonna take one more explore. I want to find out if any of these planets can supply goods to the ocean planet, which would fix my problem. I'm not gonna bother with that weak signal down there. This seems good. There was a single pixel. I saw it earlier. So there's a little bit of pixel hunting here. A little bit. Come on. Where is it? That lets me hit both of those things. I knew it was there because I hit it. Oh, wait. Right there. Well, that would do it. But how am I gonna get minerals there? Well, that would work. There could be other planets out there somehow. Goods, and this planet we could make into a people planet to supply goods. Because we can make this remnant planet successful, we ship the robots here to make food. The only problem is, like, I have nowhere to ship the food to, which is bad. Whereas here, there's a lot of signals out here. We could figure it out, like, We'll figure it out how to get the minerals there. We can mineralize this planet. That would do it. So, alright. Because of this information, let's do the increased mineral production, of course, and one ocean planet is successful. Alright. Let us begin the connection. Once, right. Complete that, complete this. I might do this or I might not. It's $13, so if I make $13 to make 4 a year, it's not necessarily terrible. Oh, actually, the two-way trade? Oh, but then I wouldn't be able to use the minerals for research. Yeah, that research is super critical. But... So, I can't build a lab this turn anyway. And I want to get this planet up to successful as fast as possible. But this seems like a good place to pause the first episode. We made a nice little stable loop. And I'll figure out what to do later. Thank you for watching. Until next time.